What's going on, everybody? Nerd of the 90s here, and let's end this road to Aquaman, or should I say road to redemption here, because not only that too, Wonder Woman turned out to be a near masterpiece of a movie, and now let's just end this up with Justice League. Does Warner Brothers get their hands filthy here? Unfortunately, yes. They do it again, and this is the third time they do it again. But let the rant wait up later, because that is going to be ending after that, after I finish giving the review for this video. So let's start off first with Justice League. Did it redeem itself? A little bit. Not much, but at least we give it that. So it's once again directed by Zack Snyder, and also since Zack Snyder did lost his daughter in suicide, Joss Whedon did step in to at least finish whatever is left off. Or is it because rumor has it Zack Snyder was technically fired, but I don't believe that, because from what I heard, Zack Snyder did lost his daughter, and this has actually affected much more of the movie's reputation. And also, not only that too, Warner Brothers gets their hands filthy here, and that's pretty much pathetic. We'll get to that in a little bit. Starring Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Amy Adams, Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller, Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, Jeremy Irons, Diane Lane, Connie Nielsen, and J.K. Simmons. Quite the cast once again, but hey, at least I'll do as much as I can to fit them in and talk about that. So let's first start off with the story. So the story does take place pretty much a couple of months, exactly where it does left off after everybody has pretty much moved on, or should I say is pretty much sad that how much the heroes have disappeared. And not only that too, Superman, even though everybody did not like him, we get to see everybody misses Superman, crimes have gone up, Batman has pretty much been gone quiet. And not only that too, Batman hasn't gone quiet. He is investigating about the Steppenwolf situation too, because not only that too, we get to see a bit of a hint of what Lex Luthor wanted to do after that. We never did explain this in the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice review, but this is actually Lex Luthor confesses that he is actually bringing in the Parademons, and also another guy named Steppenwolf comes into play and wants to pretty much, well, make planet Earth his bitch. And yeah, the motivation is a bit bad. So this is the moment where Batman, Wonder Woman need to find a team to bring in Aquaman, right here, Flash, Cyborg, and to at least, later on we'll get to Superman in a little bit, because this is pretty much what the story is. And I thought, to me, the story is bringing in the team, and I thought it was really cool, because seeing how much Batman has felt guilty for pretty much nearly killing Superman, even though it wasn't him that killed him, it was actually Doomsday that killed him, and that was, to me, the biggest mistake that Warner Brothers has done. To me, I thought it was okay. I thought the story is okay, bringing in the black team. It's not generic, but at least we get to know why Batman and Wonder Woman are bringing in a team in order to pretty much prevent an invasion. And yeah, the story is okay, so I'll give the story a bit of a plus. As for Bruce Wayne / Batman, played by Ben Affleck, once again, I thought, to me, he was great. Once again, even though he does feel guilty, as I much want to repeat here, for what he's done to Superman, and at least learn from his mistakes and stop killing for once, because here we already get an acknowledgement of why Bruce Wayne, or should I say Batman, has felt guilty for killing all those people and wants to follow, to at least take Superman's word for stop doing the killing thing and at least not becoming the Dark Knight Returns again. And then right here we get to see Batman more motivated to at least become a better person. And to me, I thought Ben Affleck here, his role as Batman was okay, even though he got his ass chewed by the Parademons, but to at least he manages to do a better job, and to me, I gotta give him a plus. As for Diana Prince and Wonder Woman, playing once again by Gal Gadot, I thought, to me, she was great in this movie. Here, she becomes more believable. Everybody loves Wonder Woman. She, not only that too, she saves everybody from a terrorist attack, and I thought, to me, that part was absolutely cool. Even though the part where she was deflecting bullets was a bit cheesy, but hey, at least that's part of her powers, even though she's not quite the Flash. But to me, that moment right there was absolutely cool. But to me here, Wonder Woman also pretty much also feels sad for how the world has been affected with the death of Superman. And to me, I thought here her role was absolutely cool. And also bringing in the team also wants to motivate her to at least save the human race, and also even though expecting the losses of the Amazonians, even though she doesn't know much about the losses of the Amazonians after what happened to Steppenwolf, here she does a solid job. And I give Wonder Woman a plus in this one. As for the new characters here, Arthur Curry / Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa, I thought, to me, he was absolutely fucking awesome in this movie. And I thought, to me, the dude bro, how the way he was acting in this movie was great. Even though him being a comedian is a bit hammy, but at least here he does deliver, because his jokes were really funny. But he was not the only guy who was joking around too, because Man, Jason Momoa was absolutely great, and what's really funny too, he was casted in this movie since 2013, and he has to kept his mouth shut for quite some time. Not only that too, Matt Damon was also wanting to be cast as Aquaman, even though he kind of laughed about it, but he was not interested, even though he was going to be stepping in a bit cinematic universe. So he kind of like stepped that down and passed it on to Jason Momoa. And to me, Jason Momoa as Aquaman, I give him a plus. I really did like him, and he is my man. And as for Ezra Miller playing Barry Allen / The Flash, I thought to me he was absolutely great. I really did like them. His jokes were really funny, even though he felt a little awkward getting surrounded by all the Justice League members, because he kind of is a fan of both Wonder Woman and Batman, and also a little bit of Superman. And then also he gets to meet Aquaman and Cyborg, and to me I thought him pretty much interacting with everybody was funny, and I gotta say, he was great. And I never did say this here, but Aquaman joking with the lasso of truth, I thought to me it was absolutely a funny moment though. And the part where the Flash was about to tell him, and then Aquaman just says, say one word, I will introduce you to every piranha that I know in the ocean. Nope, never mind. And I thought to me, Ezra Miller as the Flash does deliver, and I give him a plus. I can't wait to see if whenever the movie comes out, that kind of like is going to fix everything. So let's see how that goes. Cyborg here. Let's talk about Cyborg here. Cyborg here played by Ray Fisher. He's brand new to this movie, and also his role here, to me, he is pretty much the perfect cyborg because his voice and how the way he acts, I thought to me he was absolutely great, and him trying to at least relate to everybody, even though he has pretty much lost part of his body now that he's pretty much half human, half cyborg, even though pretty much part of his human side is pretty much just his face, but everything else about him is just a machine. But to me, I thought his role here becoming his origin right here is a bit murky, but at the same time, it does manage to fit because it's a pretty tragic backstory for Cyborg. And to me, I thought Ray Fisher here as Victor Stone / Cyborg does deliver, and I give him a plus. So I am including this with the Flash and Cyborg in this because I want to fit in a couple of more things here. And I'll get to the other person in a little bit, so hold on, guys. As for the action and soundtrack of this movie, the action, I really did loved it. The very beginning of the movie with Batman fighting against the Parademon was absolutely cool. Wonder Woman fighting against the terrorist group was absolutely awesome. Batman and Wonder Woman and also the rest of the team fighting against Steppenwolf was cool. Aquaman going against Steppenwolf's introduction, pretty much all the action scenes were fucking awesome. And man, I gotta say, it does a great job. But the scenes were kind of rushed though, and at least it does manage to deliver though under 2 hours though, even though it's an hour and 59 minutes. And yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit though. So the action does get great. The soundtrack though, performed by Danny Elfman, even though we do miss Hans Zimmer, I thought he does a delivered job. I really did like the Batman 1989 theme, the very beginning of the movie. I thought it was really cool. Superman's music does come back here, and I thought it actually was really cool. Wonder Woman's theme also comes back. And yeah, the rest of the soundtrack of the movie was absolutely pretty great, and I gotta give Danny Elfman a plus on that one, and also for the action scenes. And here's the one that everybody was expecting, Clark Kent / Superman. Man, they shouldn't have just killed him off. But here, and in order to move on to the plot, it does start off in the very beginning where Superman actually is getting filmed by these kids. Rumor has it, I think, to me, it would have to be Billy Batson filming this moment here where he meets Superman and he kind of fanboys out. I don't know, I don't believe it, but let's see if it is true. And not only that, too, his performance was great, but my God, the facial animations on how the way they blocked it was really distracting, and I thought to me, Warner Brothers, what the fuck? Why didn't you ask Henry Cavill to shave? Or not only that too, even though what happened to Tom Cruise when he was missing in action after he pretty much caught an injury in his leg for the Mission Impossible Fallout movie, it did affected the everything though, even though it looked a little bit funny though. And man, I'm a little divided here because his performance here was great. Henry Cavill does deliver a great job here as Superman, but man, he was underutilized, and the facial stuff on it, especially the mustache, really was a distracting thing. And man, Warner Brothers, it would have been so much cooler if you guys would have told him to shave it, but since he was still filming Mission Impossible Fallout, it couldn't do more. So I'm a little divided. He does deliver a great performance, but divided on how much they underutilized this character here, and to me, that's all I can say. That's all as much as I can say. Here's where the real cons happen. Steppenwolf. His introduction was great, but then later on down in the line, he was just a generic villain. I really did like how the way he was introduced. He comes in, goes crazy, and he's a relentless fighter trying to get the mother boxes, and his motivation to pretty much impress Darkseid, which is his nephew, and to at least prove him that he's pretty much better than his nephew. And yeah, I gotta say his motivation is a bit generic, and I didn't like how the way he looked. I thought it needed more work. But in the end, this movie was rushed, and this is when Warner Brothers just managed to fall. So Steppenwolf was meh. So yeah, I gotta give it that. So Steppenwolf was not much of a good villain, but it would have been so cool if we got to see Darkseid though. But we only get a mention though, and that's when Warner Brothers just gets the cut there. So let's start off with the other con. Why this movie was cut down. This movie was nearly less than 2 hours long, 1 hour and 59 minutes. Warner Brothers got their hands filthy here because after Zack Snyder couldn't actually direct the movie after his daughter's suicide, and then Joss Whedon, that's where he steps in, and then Warner Brothers also getting their hands filthy in this movie. Why didn't you guys ask? I know Zack Snyder was going through some tough moments though. Why didn't you guys delay the movie? All I can say is Warner Brothers got their hands filthy here, and they put in Joss Whedon, and I thought to me Joss Whedon was gonna fix some stuff in there because since he directed the first two Avengers movie, I thought it was gonna at least add a little bit of good emphasis of the Justice League movie, but no, the movie was ruined, and man, I just really wish the movie would have been at least more than 2 hours long. At least 2.5 hours long to at least manage to make it up because the movie was still missing a lot of scenes. And man, Warner Brothers, why did you get your hands filthy in this? And you guys shouldn't have waited for Zack Snyder to come back because he was going through a lot through those moments. But in the end, you guys fucked it up. Joss Whedon, no offense, dude, I like you as a director, but you managed to screw this up a little bit for Zack Snyder, and you pretty much ruined his reputation. And he went from producer of all these movies to executive producer. That's fucked up. Fuck you, Warner Brothers. Fuck you and your fucking arrogant bullshit. This is all your fucking fault. This is Zack Snyder. This is not Zack Snyder's fault. This is actually on you. On fucking you. Fuck you. And not only that too, Rotten Tomatoes, since you guys own them, fuck you guys too for all the critics. If you guys don't want to watch this movie, then go, how about you guys watch a generic soap opera? Or the sad thing is, why don't you guys just at least watch sports or do something else? If you guys don't want to do a superhero movie, then watch something else. That's all I gotta say. That's my only rant about this. Warner Brothers, you guys fucked up. You guys need to accept your own mistakes. Don't blame this on your fucking directors. This is all on you. On you. Zack Snyder lost his daughter and you're blaming this shit on him. That's fucked up. Fuck you. Is this movie worth watching? Yes. I gotta say, Justice League is worth watching. I really did like this movie. It is filled with fan service a lot. But in the end, I just wish the movie would have been a lot more longer. Superman, if he would have been underutilized in this movie, and then the facial stuff, if they would have fixed that up or asked him to shave at least, this would have at least fixed the movie up. And then Steppenwolf, his generic motivations, well, even though his introduction was really cool in the first two scenes, I thought it was awesome. But in the end, he was a bit of a joke villain. Even though I am really excited to see the Legion of Doom, which they teased in the very end. And I'm actually excited about that. So what would I give this movie a rating? Well, before I went to go see this with my friend Victor, we gave this movie a 8 out of 10. But I'm going to have to go down a little bit. So I'm going to have to give this movie a 7 out of 10. All thanks to the distracting mustache and to Henry Cavill's, underutilized character. Because he wasn't pretty much used well in this movie. And I blame this shit on Warner Brothers. Don't blame this on Zack Snyder. It's on you, Warner Brothers. So yeah, guys, that's it. Next time when we're going to be reviewing, maybe I might be doing a Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, or maybe I'm going to be doing an Aquaman review. But the thing is, I'm not going to be here this weekend. I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to go spend Christmas with my other family in Los Angeles. So let's see what happens here. So anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys next time with Aquaman or maybe Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse. Catch you guys next time. Bye.